You know how I love Thursdays because that means I get to come out in the garden, one of my favorite places to be, with LaRene from Millcreek Garden, another favorite garden of mine. Today we're talking about, is it still too late to plant?
It is not too late to plant. It's actually a great time, especially with the cool weather and the natural moisture coming out of the sky. There's a little bit more humidity. And you can plant all season long as you water. And the question of the day has to do with water. And we've been asked, how much should you water and how often? Well, what the plant needs. You can tell by watching the plant. Does it start to wilt, lose its turgor pressure? If it does, you need to put the hose on it or a watering can, water it several times to make sure it gets hydrated clear to the middle. We've talked about that before. I'm excited about watering because I know that if you water adequately, you're going to have a beautiful garden, even in a dry climate. We are the second driest state in the nation. So give plants enough water.
You water well at Millcreek because this
we
stuff
water
looks
every
so
day.
good.
And in the summertime, we definitely water even sometimes more than once a day. We go out and spot water. But when you're watering and you have like a tree or a shrub you've planted, for the first few weeks especially, put the hose on it and let it trickle on it for an extra half hour or 10 minutes or overnight to make sure that that gets hydrated up. Now, I brought a lot of beautiful plants here today that you can add to your small space garden or your yard to add a lot of color. We have this garden box right here that Jeff put together, and it has some dwarf conifers, some ground cover, a beautiful little dianthus. This is the only annual in here. That's our favorite profusion cherry zinnia. Then we have some dwarf conifers. This is a little dwarf spruce, another little dwarf fir, and this is a dwarf kotobuki pine. It's only going to reach 5 feet, and it's in a box, and you can just keep it on your porch all summer long.
I love how you've incorporated, LaRene, all kinds of texture in there. And like you say, only one annual, so you don't have to think, I have to plant annuals because it's planting time. You can actually mix it up.
Here's a rose bush just put in a pot for the summer, and it will bloom all summer long, and that's really fun. There's several Japanese maples we have here. This one here is just a lovely plant. It has green, red, and kind of a burgundy foliage to it all season long.
So if you want some height in your container, that's a great idea.
You can do that. Remember how we talked about the thrillers, the tall ones, chillers and spillers? You could use something like that for that particular purpose. Now over here we have a shade garden here in a window box, and you can do a small one or a big one. This has begonias in it, some variegated ivy, some little baby tears, some creeping jenny, and some double impatiens and begonias. Those are really lovely. If you just want single color, you can use something like the scaevola. This will bloom all summer long. This is a fan flower scaevola. I also brought some grass. Grass is a beautiful plant in a container, and this is a variegated boxwood, and these are some other beautiful Japanese maples. This one here is Geisha gone wild. It is lovely. It has lots of pink, red, some rust colors to it. It's beautiful. Now, let's talk about some edible gardens here. This is a black zebra tomato. It can go in a 14-inch pot and give you a nice production all season long. Here is another heirloom tomato. It's in a 16-inch pot. I wouldn't go much smaller than that for tomatoes. They need space so that they can produce. And then this one here is a Rosa Bianca eggplant. It's very lovely for ornamental purposes in your garden as well as edible. You can
the
put
leaves
it in
are
salads
pretty.
and in your cooking. We have a vegetable garden here. Hey, can you find a ripe pea here?
Look what I found. I'm going to make me a salad, girls.
Yeah.
I'm going to start with my peas.
Here's some
lettuce.
lettuce.
Have me some lettuce.
And
have me a little pansy.
Pansies are edible. Here's some Swiss chard.
Give me some of that,
You can have that too, and it's really yummy and delicious. And when that gets done, I've got a pepper plant here. When these beans get done, we're going to go ahead and put a pepper in here, maybe a couple of herbs. We have some lovely herbs in here today. We have the beautiful basil here. This one here you can harvest all summer long. This is just sweet basil. And there's rosemary, variegated lemon thyme, some garlic there, lots of other items that you can put in your container gardens and in your patio area for a kitchen garden.
I love that you're talking vegetables and you don't have to think, I gotta have a whole big backyard space to do it. Right there in the container.
Well, a lot of us don't have time to go out and do a lot, and also you don't have the space if you have a small garden or your garden's already established. You can do a lot in containers. You can even set a container right in your flower beds or in your shrub beds, and it will give a sprout of color or the ornamental properties of being able to do a vegetable garden and have the ripe tomatoes showing and the eggplants.
And you can still have it all.
You can have it all.
What'd you bring over here?
We have some wonderful container garden and flower bed annuals here. And you can color coordinate these items. You can get, this beautiful peachy dahlia, and you can put it in a pot that would match. Those are very fun.
many pretty things.
can
Millcreek
do
Gardens,
this
let me
here
give you
also.
the address. It's 3500 South, 9th East, right there in Salt Lake City. The number's on the screen as well. Or you can go to their website. Of course, go to our website at abc4.com, and we will link you right there to Millcreek, LaRene, and all the things that she talks about. Don't forget to go to their Facebook with your question. If she chooses the question, you will get a gift card from Millcreek Gardens. Thanks so much for being here, for bringing
bet.
all your fun
Every
stuff.
day's a great day at Millcreek
Every day's a great
Gardens.
day at Millcreek Garden, that's for sure.